There's a boy that I've been watching recently. It breaks my heart. You see, the problem, please, if you have children here, don't train them the way Africans train their children. Give them discipline, but teach them an independent life early. You are 25, 28 years old, you are still with your parents, they'll tell you are just still growing now. No, but just now you start grow. They don't train you to be independent and creative. So at 30 years old, you are now stepping out of your parents' house confused. There's this young man I watch, he said iShowSpeed or something, that's his name. How many of you know him? Do you know when that guy started YouTube? 2021 here. Do you know recently I read that they just, because of how big his streaming is, they paid him $600 million. You've been watching YouTube since 2018. Do you know 2020 and 2021 was a kairos moment? That was when my ministry started to rise. The Lord told me, he said, now I'm beginning to give portions to the prophets I will use for the next generation. I prophesied at that time. That was when we started streaming and preaching every day straight for close to 1 year. This young man in 2021, he was saying he will stream 6 hours every day. When we talk about the wealth of the Gentiles, you need to look for their discipline. While there's a Nigerian brother who prays a lot, who is using his phone to watch comedy, Sabinus. 2021, 4 years later, the guy is flying private jets all over the world. In fact, he has taken his stream from his parlor, is now touring nations. Even with our pastors, don't have that kind of command of crowd. If he comes to a street now and says, okay, now we are in Bologna, before you know, people, I say, what kind of influence is this? Just from sitting at home with a phone. I know someone thinks I'm carnal now. Sir, prayer cannot deliver a man whose mind has not first been delivered. I tell you the truth, I lie not. The Lord told me one day, he said there's no future for anybody, there's only now and my word. If you don't use the now well, there's no future for you. It's only now. So I told my people in the house, I said, now that AI is becoming a big thing, go and start learning it. AI video, AI, go and start learning it and then look for how to incorporate it to everyday life. Go and start mastering it. But guess what? Our brothers will be taught prayer powers 12 hours every day for 3 months. Here they can't create one thing. Is prayer bad? No. Now the problem we have in Africa is that the moment you begin to say these things, they will say you are against prayer. If I'm against prayer, I won't be standing here. You who is praying, come, let's match spiritual energy. They'll say you are against prayer. I know prayer. And one thing I can tell you about prayer is that if you pray rightly, you will download wisdom. How many of you know what I'm talking about? You will download wisdom. There's something about prayer and direction. But in Africa, we pray as an exercise. We pray for the fun of praying. So our reward is that we are prayer men. Prayer men that cannot shift anything in their time. Prayer men without resources. No matter how spiritual you are, if you lack resources, you have no dominion. Because the battle of spirit is also a battle of lands. When I found out how old these boys were, iShowSpeed is 20 years, I'll be 21 years old. 20 years. I looked at myself, I said, I'm an old man. I'm unk. 20, what was I doing 20 years old? I was eating honor in my parents' house. At least I escaped house at age 21 that no, I must take my life in my hands. I went to start staying in the cave. Adora Elijah. Jogbo. See, may the Lord bless you so much so that your children will not experience your suffering. Amen. See, it has to be a personal decision. Life changes from here. Because anything not walked into this place, you can't experience around you. You sit down, make up your mind and say, no. The people that prosper don't have two heads. You see, hey, And do you know what happens to you? The first thing that will change after your thinking change is your environment. I can tell you progressively how God broke me into a royal dimension. Do you know how I started? Because I grew up in abject poverty. When I save money, me and my prayer friend, we'll go and look for the hotel our money can afford. We'll go and lodge there. Then we'll pray. We'll see AC. If you saw, one of these days, we will show the picture of the house I grew up in. You know sack? That was our ceiling. Sack. You know the kind of house that they put sack as ceiling. And then guess what? I was teaching one of my pastors. Now let's enter Exousia. When they say consistency is the power, let me teach you something that will tell you. You can be consistently doing the wrong thing. Consistency is not the power. The power is consistency in putting out value. Value is the real power of change. I always tell my boys, I say, if we keep your spiritual life aside, which is our constant, we share that one as a constant, what can you create? What value do you have? Even the spirituality that you say is your value, you are not a master in it. Why a lot of people do not grow is because they do not have a value to consistently put out. Whether if it's word of wisdom, you are doing video every day. The word for today is this. And you can be consistently uploading 3 to 4 videos daily. Give yourself 3 months, you will start building an audience. Now that's the discipline that the Gentile have, that the average Christian don't have, because they've trained the average Christian for quick result. Ozubo, Zubo, God. That's one of the things they use to deceive Africans. If I prophesy within 30 minutes it will happen. No, sir. No, sir. Prophecy follow process. Yes. Process. Sometimes a prophetic word will stay until you are mature. Now some people are angry. You know, your pastor is taking time. That's the foundational power that stopped your father. Because you want to hear spiritual things, but you don't want to hear useful things. As deep as spiritual things are, if you are not spiritual, you don't know how to use it. So let's tell you the one we know you can use now if you are disciplined. Consistency. I won't tell you the figure, but as I'm standing here now, it's not tithe and offering that's sustaining me. YouTube pays me. Hey, YouTube pays me. The brethren I take care of, their part of their devotion is that they are going to take care of the value I put out in form of media. Recently, I saw my name trending. I said, well, I thank God I'm not trending for killing somebody, for stealing from someone, or for sleeping with somebody. That even negative press can even develop your platform. The moment they begin to speak against you, I told my media, well, let's begin to upload more videos now. We have more people to watch our teachings. Hey! You don't know the art of ignoring noise. But why would they talk about you? Because you have value.
Me people, this world, best teaching our purpose here, and this man of God. Yes, the things based on who want to see often told people, Christianity is not a means to worrying. That is serving God is not a means to the worrying. Because in after days, most people said God, when they had that, their service with them to succeed. And this is what most pastors have indulged in the mind of people, that if you serve God, you want to charge the pay offering and pay your tithes. That is a way for you to receive money in return. But money does not work that way. And I wish money of God can come out and preach this kind of faith more and money does not come by spirituality. This is what our pastors would say. This is what a lot of men of God would say. And even look at the war today, especially in Nigeria. There's this system of believing that the church is a place to cure poverty. Some can define that as the rich man does not need to go to church because he travels to a place to cure poverty. That means that the rich have cravings for word. And the word, it doesn't just make sense. Now, I'm not trying to offend anyone here. Well, take a look at it. Take a look at reality. The word must be trusting and not men from social church. Elon Musk is there. Dangote is there. These none do not know the roots for the church. However, they are prospering. They have money more than you who go to church every single day. So, I wish none of these teachings can keep happening. A moment of God and reaching danger at this, because people need to know that how money is needed is by hard work and not by prayer and not by going to church. I'm knowing at the fact that God talent have been in the life of a man and lift the man up. But no one has sustained wealth by that means. Sustainable wealth is created by principles, consistency, hard work. Anyone who put this work will see results. A lot of creators, a lot of content creators. For example, there was a time this boy called Pella was reading for doing a content read. This applications that sings. Pella hates a Muslim. He doesn't go to church. However, he's making waves, and yet world has principles. I hope that anyone who has listening to this, what does man of God have said, we take it not just taking it as, oh, just one of that reaching by man of God with that. You are taking it as something that you be in bad and you think about. Well, does not happen. Try prayer or going to church. What comes from walking? What comes from daily work? And abiding by the principles of works. And at this man of God, I love how you dissected it. I love his sincerity and his openness. And I want to read that this message will get to anyone who can hear. This message to more people. So they hear, as you shall priest believers in Nigeria. So that's what I think. Thank God for men like this, that changing the spiritual thoughts and insight in society. Thank God for men like this who are bold enough to come out and say the truth the way it is. Thank God for men like this. For guys who watch this video, and please do all to subscribe to this channel and do all to share this video. Share this video along to us. Share this video to your friends. Like this video. Let me hear your thoughts about one thing of materialistic gospel in Nigeria. What do you think about it? Because if you ask you, this style of looking at the church as it is where people come to get away from poverty, to run away from poverty, looking at it just like that, it's not inviting. Because there's something that God has for man just beyond giving them money. So church will make you rich, church doesn't make you rich. That principles that binds the world. I just want to put about that, guys. So, first of all, don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. When God bless you, that we do so.